Hi guys, hope you're doing well. In today's video, let's talk about one of the best-selling iPhones Apple has ever made. So if you go out to buy an iPhone, I'm sorry, not go out, but if you are looking to buy an iPhone in 2020, can you consider the 10R? Especially when the iPhone SE 2020 is also out there. So without wasting any further time, let's find out. Let's talk about the design first. The size is just perfect. Whenever I switch back to the 10R from my Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, my hands feel relieved. And also the screen doesn't feel that small. It was actually bigger than the Xiaomi Mi A3 that I used for a while. Let's talk about that notch. Well, at first, I did not understand the purpose of the notch. I mean, it gives us very little additional screen real estate. I would have just preferred if Apple put a top chain like Google did. But now that I've used this device for about more than a year, I think the design is stylish. Even though the iPhone 12 is supposed to bring a change in the design, the notch still seems to be there, although reduced in size. Let's touch base with the real purpose of that notch, the Face ID. Face ID is really fast, but it still misses a couple of times. And now that we all are required to wear masks, it's more of an issue. And it just pushes you back to using the passcode. Well, this might sound kinda strange, but I always had this fantasy that Apple put a fingerprint scanner on their back logo. It would have been so dope and would have given us an extra option. Anyways, let's talk about that controversial LCD display. To say at first, even I was a bit disappointed. But now that I've watched a lot of content on this device, I would say I marginally prefer this display over the OLED ones. You see, there is one difference I noticed. That OLED panels have a lot of deeper blacks due to the LED switching off. So if you have a lot of dark areas in your content that you're watching, the content becomes less engaging. It's not the same with this LCD panel. The content looks crisp, and also the slightly muted colors go easy on the eyes. That's just my personal observation though. And I know that OLED screens can also be tweaked as per your liking. Also, just to mention that iPhone touch refresh rate has always been smoother. And I think it just feels a tad bit smoother than the new Samsung Galaxy S20's 120Hz refresh rate. Now I know refresh rate is a different topic, but the whole point of it is smoothness, which I think the iPhone XR still delivers better. And by this, I'm talking about the overall usage and the navigation of the UI. I know that 60Hz still lags behind as per 2020 standards. Let me just quickly mention that the speakers are ample loud and have good bass. The battery life is good, but not great as per 2020 standards, especially on heavy usage. And the low watt charger provided in the box is just a bummer. I really miss fast charging on this phone. Now let's get to the main point where this phone might actually lag behind in 2020, and that is the cameras. The iPhone 11 showed considerable improvement in cameras, and the iPhone 12 will have even more improvements. That being said, the camera isn't bad on the 10R. It actually gives out great images in good light. The area where it lags is low light images, and the night mode is non-existent. And also, as per 2020 standards, even budget phones are having at least an ultra-wide. I wish this single camera on the 10R had capabilities like the Pixel 3 or 3a, but sadly it doesn't. Yet I have managed to just point and shoot and get ample of great images from this phone, and the area that I love the most is shutter speed. This is by far one of the best cameras to shoot moving subjects, as iPhones have always been. And also, if you shoot a lot of videos, the videos coming out of the 10R are super smooth. I think it's all because of that processor. Apple's chips are their main selling point, and you can really give it any task and it will handle faster than many PCs. To conclude, now that the iPhone SE is out there, I don't see much of a difference in price with the 10R. The iPhone SE still requires you to shell out a lot of money, especially in the Indian market. And bonus tip, unless you really want Touch ID and a really small device, then I think it makes more sense, at least in India, to spend just a little extra and go for the 10R. Well, I would still recommend the iPhone 11 if you can increase the budget, and the iPhone 12 is just around the corner, so if you can wait, then that would be best, as the leaks and rumors suggest that the regular iPhone 12 will be at a reasonable price. But if you decide to go with the 10R, I think you won't regret it. If you keep aside 2020 standards and the expectations, then by itself the 10R is an all-rounder. It's a great, sleek, super powerful device, and having it used for about more than a year, I'm in love with this device. So that's it guys, hope you guys liked this video. Do let me know if you have any suggestions or thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll make sure I answer them.